Okay, what's going on? 1212. With no further ado, I may cuss, but I don't curse. Let's get that situated first. Bars because I'm nice and all that, but we know that already. So look, I'm going to give y'all some insight, a heads up on the node transit. I'm real interested in nodes lately if you haven't been paying attention. But anyway, the node transit is about to switch. It's going from Aries North Node, Libra South Node into Pisces North Node to Virgo South Node. A lot of you Pisces are probably excited, or y'all might just be a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? Depending. But here nor there. I think a lot of people are actually interested in this transit, whether you're a Pisces or not. You can learn a lot from this, all right? Nodes in general. So here we go. Before I get into describing what this transit would look like, I want to explain something from the Taurus North Node and the Scorpio South Node before we get there, because I want to explain to you how the nodes work. Not only how the nodes work, but how transits work. This can be very complex, it can be very confusing, but once you get the formula down pat, you'll be okay. Trust me when I tell you. So it's like this. Two houses, the second house initially is the house of receiving. It's the Taurus house naturally in the zodiac wheel. So this is the house of income, personal finances, right? So based upon your value, your skill set, whatever the case may be, your materialistic attitude, this is where you obtain, right? Taurus rules over I possess, I have. So that formula applies when you're dealing with transits, because whatever house you're in, once whatever planet is transiting that house reaches the second house next to it, right? Second house, you start to receive and obtain the rewards that were worked on in the house before it. Makes sense, right? It's like planting a seed. You wait, or you keep planting seeds rather, right? You tend to the garden. Next thing you know, next season comes, starts to sprout. You get to grab it. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. So that's the reason why I'm explaining the nodes and how they work, and transits in general, again, right? So that you can get a grip and even look back to some things in your life to see, well, oh yeah, you're making sense. Trust me when I tell you I'm going to be making sense when I start spitting. I'm going to start cooking in any second now. I'm going to use myself as an example because it'll make it much more swifter. I don't want to hold you long. Pause. And it'll make it much more, I would say, relatable instead of trying to be all textbook about this. All right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to backtrack a bit from January 18th, 2022, when the North Node transited Taurus first, until July 2023, when the North Node left Taurus and went into Aries. During this time, I'm going to keep it a beam with you. During this time, there was a strong need for independence. It's been that way for a little while now, to be honest with you. The way that you can check this, you can fact check this strong sense of independence that's been hovering above all of us. And I mean even you people that are in unions, marriages, all of the above. It doesn't matter. There's this strong pressure almost to become more independent as an individual, and that is because a planet that rules over independence and freedom, which is Uranus, is transiting the sign of Taurus, which is also about the self, materialistic attitude, what I have, what I possess, the needs and the wants, the things that I adorn myself with that make me feel comfortable, security, those things, right? So with that type of transit, there's been pressure on us to become more independent. So during this time, I can recall me becoming much more independent. This was riding off of the wave, I guess you can call it. We're just going to call it a wave of the pandemic, right? To where even then, Uranus is transiting Taurus. I had to learn, not that I had to learn, because I was already in the field of technology, and I was already in the tech, I'm not going to say the industry, but I was already in the field of technology. So it wasn't hard for me to transition, but I did have to deal more with technology than I wanted to. I had to adopt it more. I had to utilize it more than I actually wanted to, even to the point where sometimes my eyes would hurt from being in front of the computer screen for so long. And this actually had me push myself outside a lot to take walks and actually stare off into the sky, stare off into the sun gaze and stuff like that, so I could get my vision back to where it needed to be. Now, if you can relate, just get in the comment section. If I'm cooking or not, just get in the comment section. All right. Now look, there was a discrepancy that took place during this time as well, because Taurus does not necessarily deal with, and this is not a slight at you, Taurus, sun signs, because I know how y'all can get, especially on my channel. Calm them. What I'm saying is this: Taurus rules over the 5 senses, so all of the crown chakra and downloads and, you know, being future oriented and things of that nature, forward with what's in front of them right now at this very moment. How am I making my ice cream? Am I putting it on top of apple pie or not? Like, and I'm doing this tonight. Am I watching a movie while I'm doing this or not? You understand what I'm saying? I always tag food to Taurus, but come on, work with me, right? So the discrepancy here is dealing with so much technology with an energy that is so hands-on, wants to touch, wants to feel, wants to touch you, stuff like that, right? And all of this technology is thrown into the mix. The planet Uranus falls in the sign Taurus. It is not comfortable there, and Taurus has to learn how to do what? Change, because Uranus rules over change. A change gonna come, and Uranus is going to make sure of it. Now, I will relate this back to KRS channel. Y'all have heard me spit this numerous amounts of times on different videos, when I do give him credit for saying that lately planets that transit Aquarius start to feel and behave like they're actually transiting Cancer. And I'm using these analogies because the moon, which rules over Cancer, is exalted in Taurus, and Aquarius is the sign that Uranus rules over. So what's happened during that time frame is that it was kind of like of an experiment, and it still is, because that particular transit is still occurring. It's like an experiment to see how one can become more of an individual and empower themselves through the use of technology, especially when it comes to things that are domestic. Pardon me, I live in New York City. There's nothing I personally can do about what you're hearing right now. It's wild out here, B, in case you didn't know. But anyway, so Taurus has to learn how to be more in the 5 senses while adopting this, oh, I get it from the internet. Oh, I get it through text message. Oh, I get to FaceTime you. That's a discrepancy for Taurus energy, right? Especially people in couples and stuff like that, intimacy and things of that nature. You feel like a little divisive split during that time. You feel, and still, because it's like, again, 5 senses. Taurus rules over 5 senses. So this also gets applied to monetary value, right? Taurus rules over monetary value, rules over money. Moon exalted in Taurus. So there have been times during that time period, especially, I went outside and I found tons of money. I ain't gonna say I found like thousands and millions, but I'm saying every here and there, I go outside, $40 here, $50 here, $30 here, $20 here, cash. Just finding it on the ground, like I take a walk here any given Sunday. Tangibles, right? Still showing me something. Why am I bringing this up? During that time, those things occurred, right? Now, fast forward into now to where the transit is North Node in Aries and the South Node is in Libra. And there is this conditioning that's taking place with the inflation. I'll give you an example. People going to McDonald's and they like, yo, $15 for what, a quarter pound of cheese with meal, and it's like, some niggas ain't going. People with strong Taurian energy, they not going for that shit. They like, yo, you better put that dollar menu back on the thing or die, McDonald's, or die. Fuck is you talking about? And don't throw that, oh, they get $20 an hour now. I don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So what happened is, major corporations are utilizing technology, especially those who have the resources to utilize it more than those who don't, right? In the marketplace, at least, they're coaxing us to get used to stepping into the joint and then waving the magic wand, which would be your mobile phone, right? And then ba-da-ba-ba-ba, and then, you know what I'm saying? You get your, listen, right? Because Taurus can really get like, oh, is that easy? Is that simple? You know what I'm saying? Is that comfortable? Is that cozy? You making it for me? But what is not going well with Taurus energy is, look, that shit is not worth the money. Taurus is, get in the comment section, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. That is, the lemon ain't worth the squeeze. It's not enough bang for the buck. What are you talking about? Therefore, no. I'm going to the bank and I'm going to withdraw what? Tangibles. I'm going to go get some cash. Now, fast forward to a couple of days ago. I'll give you another example of myself putting it on me, right? I'm outside. I'll be going to the supermarket and stuff like that. I'll be on my electronical shit. I'll be learning all of this shit. This is why I'm able to give y'all this information. Nothing I do, like everything I do is like applied to astrology now. So I'll still be in the supermarkets. I'll be using the cards, maybe not using the cards, whatever the case may be. But most of the times I'm using cards. Like most of the time, like I won't even use, like if I got an old school card, I'll use an old school card without the chip. If you know why I would do something like that. But anyhow, I go outside. I told y'all, I don't know if y'all watch every single video, right? But there's a video that I did when I told you about my favorite Korean stand had shut down in my neighborhood, right? Damn near broke my heart. This is where I get all my fruits and vegetables. You understand what I'm talking about? And they great people too. Shout out to them. But anyway, only thing left in the urban, you know what's around the urban societies. If you know, you know. It's done by design. Now, peep game. Like I said, any little establishment you go into, you wave the magic wand, right? Shit magically delicious. Just falls right in your lap, right? But my Taurian get the kicking in. I want to chef shit up. I want to eat like the real shit. You understand what I'm talking about? So this dude pulls up. He got hella fruits and vegetables and shit like that. Make a long story short, right? I'm kind of dragging it. But he pulls up. He got all these fruits and vegetables. He sets up shop outside. Bang. He's getting it right now, by the way. He is getting it because he responded to the people. He's seen where there was a void in the economy, right, in the immediate vicinity, and he rose up to the occasion. And I just recently caught a bag of jalapenos for $2. And something told me, like, yo, go get some cash. Because I seen dude out there a few times when I'm on my little missions and shit, you know what I'm saying? Getting more into nature, because that's what this Taurian energy is still forcing me to do. You still going, the zodiac sign is the expression of the individual. All right? So it's like the student, if you will. And so no matter what's going on with the teacher, which is the planet that's transiting it, I'm still going to say, yo, look, teach, I need a break. I'm going outside. I got to get in touch with nature. So I be, on my walks, I'm seeing dude back and forth. I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm going to go see him, because now I'm seeing the prices and all that. I'm like, comparing them to the supermarket. I do shit like that. I don't fuck around. I'm like, hold on, man. I'm about to go see this dude. He got. So I go over and check, boy. I kid you not. Like, I could go get the bag right now. I'm not going to do all of that. I'm not lying to y'all, yo. And I told my friend, I said, yo, I got a big ass bag of jalapeno peppers for $2, right? And they was like, yo, yeah, I got a bag too for $3, a nice bag, a big bag. I got like 8, and 8 came in a pack from Walmart. I said, yo, listen, man, no disrespect, But I got like at least 20 jalapeno peppers in this bag. She like, oh, mail me some. Listen, that's not happening. That's the homie and all that, but that's not happening. But listen, right? Come to find out, I go back to look at the bag. It's more than 20, and I already diced some down and put everything spicy in here right now. You understand what I'm saying? Everything is spicy. It's lit up because I caught a deal. That's a flex. That's a earth sign flex in general, but it's definitely a Taurian flex. You understand what I'm saying? Because listen, you not going to coax me and pat me on the butt and ba-da-ba-ba-ba, and then I'm like, you going to, because listen, what the major corporations are doing is they're getting you comfortable with convenience. And then the next thing you know, your information get leaked on the dark web or somewhere this way or that, and then they say China did it. Come on, man. I'm from Staten Island, New York, man. Come on, man. What are we talking about right now? China did it? China giving away all our information. Right. I'm kind of digressing, but I'm not, though, because I'm putting y'all in the game. At the same time, I'm explaining these transits. So you can see that's where another discrepancy lies with the Taurian energy and the Uranus electronic, everything electric, the unpredictable stuff, right? Like unpredictable could be like how your identity all of a sudden got stolen. You're like, yo, how somebody got a house in my name down in Georgia. In South Carolina, they got, somebody had a car in my name. They crashed it in Brooklyn. Look, what are we doing out here? And they left the car. And people are calling me like, yo, you got your car down here? No, you don't have my car. That's not my car. We're gonna start talking. See, this is why I missed the podcast a little bit. We're gonna talk about that on a later note. Right? Everything's cool though. Everything's cool. My name, don't worry about it. I'm alright. Right? But I'm just saying, you live and you learn. So you see the discrepancy though. It's like human verse technology, but at the same time it's human being infused with technology. It's like becoming a cyborg with Uranus transiting Taurus. Those are the things that happen. Now look, according to what house Taurus is in your natal charts and in your solar charts, you chart that up and you determine what that is, and you will also see that the outcome or the results apply to the house that Taurus is in for you. You're gonna be amazed. I'm telling you. I'm cooking right now. If you gotta rewind this and go back and backtrack, look at your ephemeris, look at some pictures online from 2022 to 2023. You're gonna be like, oh shit, I do remember this, that, and the third. So, but I say that story of getting the jalapeno peppers for a very significant reason because of this. It is the development and reaping what was sowed during the Taurus North Node transit. You get me? So now that the node is in Aries, I get to reap the benefits of the seeds that were planted during those times. Like, I'm going to keep it a beam with you. I wasn't able to get all of the things I wanted 2022 to 2023, but I definitely got the things that I needed. You understand what I'm talking about? Definitely. And it was a major lesson. Now, the South Node in Scorpio, I had many betrayals during that time, and I call them spiritual. So y'all know I'm on that wavelength of calling South Node stuff spiritual. That's how I practice the nodes. So the betrayals, although they were betrayals, and betrayals I don't like, spiritually, they helped me a ton. So I had a lot of falling outs during that time period. Cool, got you. Betrayals ruled by the sign Scorpio. But there was also a lot of research done based upon the things that was being taught by the teacher, Uranus. So I'm learning coding and tech and all of these, I'm learning more and more and more and more of it. If y'all follow me, y'all know my website got better and better and better, right or wrong. I'm not using Wix or none of that to do those sites. I'm doing that on my own. It's not the brag. It's not a flex enough, and I'm just keeping it a beam with you. I'm teaching. Let me teach. Let me cook. So, what else can I relate to? And heavily research that Scorpio stuff. Like I said, riding off of the wave of the pandemic, during the pandemic, I got an uptick in my business because so many people wanted to know what's really going on. And they weren't trusting news outlets. They weren't trusting media. They weren't even trusting their family. And can you blame them? Some family members was like, yo, you can't come over here, B. What's your situation? Like, you got your paperwork and I need to see some paperwork. Who's your doctor? Let me talk. First generation family members, you can't come over here unless you got, you know what I'm talking about, right? So people who's really coming, reaching out to me like, yo, listen, I got the bread right here, right now. Listen, just kick it with me. Tell me what's going on. What do you see? Watch the channel. I trust you. What do you see? So things seen an uptick, so I had to do more research in occult science. Scorpio rules over what's hidden, right? The occult. So South Node, again, that was where you rest your laurels because, listen, South Node is the tail of the dragon. You could charge forward all you want, right? If you're panicking on some Western civilization shit and that's all you know, listen, I'm going to ride till the wheels fall off. I don't want wheels to fall off. And if they damn near about to fall off, can we get some new wheels? You understand? So that's the type of individual I am. So I go sit on the dragon tail sometimes and kick it with spirit. Bars, that's bars, right? Of course it is, because I'm nice. We know that already. And that's how I learned those things about that particular transit. So again, fast forward. Aries North Node, South Node, and Libra. I go outside and I get a big bag of jalapeno peppers for $2. You understand what I'm talking about? That's from reaping the benefits of knowing what to do and intuitively, sharply knowing what to do too. Because something told me, listen, go to the bank. Look, and this is no bullshit, right? I went to the same bank that I withdrew some cash from. And I was like, yo, listen, check this out. I'm about to close this account. Because I was on a mission. I was on an astrological mission. So what happened, it was Mercury retrograde during this time. So shorty in the bank, she was like, okay, but we got to set this up for another time. And she was like, 3 weeks later, we got to do it. And then I sat and I thought about it. I said, okay, yeah, plug that in. Because I realized, I said, yeah, it's Mercury retrograde. So I ain't even tripping. But when the time comes, I'm closing this account. Reason being because, for some of us, we got different bank accounts. Everybody want to charge a fee. And so many new banks are popping up with no fees. So free is for me. I'm just saying, free ain't really free. But you understand what I'm saying? Okay, y'all got my information. If my shit go in the dark web again, I'm going to catch you this time. And it's going to be different from last time. Right? Another thing that I researched and I found out things about, we're not going to keep playing this game and y'all not going to keep blaming China. Right? So I'm ready. I'm like, yo, I'm closing this account. But after the retrograde cleared, I'm like, yo, you know what? I done closed so many other different accounts that be charging a motherfucker. For the newer ones that don't charge, right? I'm giving y'all game too. And some of y'all are probably on this shit already anyway. And if you are, this is just more confirmation of what I'm talking about with these transits. I said, yo, I need cash. I said, yo, I want cash. You know why? Because I want those jalapeno peppers. Yo, all the supermarkets don't even got jalapeno peppers. So I'm see these jalapeno peppers. I'm like, yo, I want those jalapeno peppers. So I want cash right now. Those other new banks that's popping up, because they are lean producers, they don't have brick and mortar locations. You cannot withdraw cash from those establishments. You get where I'm going with this? Therefore, the retrograde kind of saved me. Because I'm like, you know what? Held on to that bank account. They got a brick and mortar. I went there, got some cash, got the peppers. Long pepper story, right? Pause, because that's crazy work, but you understand what I'm talking about. I got to give you the game. I got to teach you this shit. So I think we can leave those transits alone for right now, because I explained the lessons, right? And let's get to this Pisces North Node. And I guess I got to put timestamps on here now. Whatever. Matter of fact, I'm feeling lazy because I'm speaking about Taurus so much. If you want timestamps, get in the comment section and say you want timestamps. Or else just watch the whole video. Like, this is education. If not, then, you know what I'm saying? Pisces North Node. What you can look forward to, first of all, is chaos. I'm going to talk about Virgo too. Don't trip. What you can look forward to, I'm going to at least put this in the timestamps. 25-minute mark. Listen. Look forward to chaos. Some of us Pisces, we already know what this shit is all about. We are not tripping. In fact, we are enthused. We are excited because we thrive in chaos. The sign thrives in chaos because it rules over chaos. I'm just keeping it a beam with you. All right? Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows because of that. Like, what a lot of what you're seeing right now is relative to Piscean energy, not what you're seeing. I'm not going to force that on you. But a lot of headlines is heavy Pisces energy right now because I explained to y'all, Aquarius age is going to kick up a lot of Pisces characteristics. So things revolving around mental health are going to be strongly emphasized right now. It's sad. It's devastating in a lot of cases. However, it's a sign of the times, right? Pisces is an extreme sign. You could either go all the way that way or you can go all the way that way. That in between, in the middle shit, when has it, you tell me. You know, moderation for Pisces, I don't know. Right? You either on that, so you pick a side. You in the material world or you in the spiritual world. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could balance that out. You know what I'm saying? But listen, you got to be truly magical, mystical, and all of the above. All right. But anyway, expect chaos, expect to be in the middle of it, and expect to be a sort of guide through that process for the next 18 months. By the way, I didn't say this, but January 11th is the day that the transit begins. All right? Expect chaos. What else? Expect visions and dreams. So the same way I said a house over and the second house is the benefits of the seeds that you planted in the house that's previous and the sign that's previous, you're going to see a lot of the gum that you threw at the wall stick during this transit. The gum that you threw at the wall all Aries North Node time, 2024, 2025, some of those things are going to pop up heavy during this Pisces transit. Right in your face, and they're going to say, it's time now. You might be like, time for what? It's time to package the whole ordeal. Because that's what you do. Pisces energy, that's what it does. It packages things and finalizes things. It's the last sign. It holds the vision. This is what it's supposed to look like. You got a glimmer of the vision when you first threw the dart. But now that the essence of Pisces energy is going to be at the node, you get to get the full totality of that vision. And you're going to know exactly how to package this thing and distribute it. Whatever it is now, you got to also be aware of this. Pisces energy can be like all over the place. Deep, flowing, rocking, back and forth, all over the place. So there may be this newfound, I must say this, y'all, because some of us get fearful of Saturn being in Pisces, and they say, whoa. Saturn is here, therefore we can't do the typical Pisces thing like that no more. And that'll be further from the truth, because the student learns from the teacher and the teacher learns from the student as well. The same way that I had to tell Uranus with the Taurus energy, like, listen, I need to go outside and look at the sun and look at the clouds, because this computer shit is driving me a little mad. How about that? All right? I need to go get some cash. I need to touch my money for a change again and go get some jalapeno peppers that they not even selling in the market. And if they are, I ain't got no seeds in it. What is we talking about? Right? So the teacher is going to learn from the student as well. Same rules apply when it comes to Saturn being in Pisces. So don't get fearful of the big, bad Saturn, big, good Saturn, however you choose to look at Saturn. Don't get afraid, because everything is about to be conjunct. Venus is in Pisces right now. Conjunct Saturn, conjunct Neptune, conjunct the node come January 11th is going to transit there. Listen, there's going to be a newfound structure, and the structure is going to depend on what it is that you're feeling in a mature way. Remember, Pisces is the last water sign, so it's the evolution. It's supposed to be the most mature. So you should be making emotionally stable and emotionally mature decisions based upon what things you threw at the wall during the Aries North Node transit that is going to get packaged and distributed. So I can imagine the number of things that y'all have thrown at the wall. If I reflect on myself, I know I've thrown a lot at the wall. And everything just can't go, just like everyone can't go. Everything can't go. Be real with yourself, for at least for the 18-month period, right? And you'll get glimpses. Your intuition gonna be sharp as fuck, so you're going to know what can go and what can't. But don't get in your own way by thinking, oh, because there's an obstacle here or there's a delay here, that thing should not go. Because then you'll be going against the Pisces energy. As the student, you'll be going against yourself, saying, and you know Pisces is supposed to be free-flowing, loving, abundant, everything in one together. So yeah, it might be a delay, but that doesn't mean that all bets are off for that particular thing. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense right now. Because this time is coming, and you're going to be faced with making the decision for those projects. When I say projects, your dreams, yo. The things you've dreamed about doing for the past umpteen years, right? G-Ma used to say that. Umpteen. That's where we get that word from. For the last umpteen years, you've been working on these dreams. You've been holding this vision. And Aries North Node showed you how to take the action to implement them. And now, when they start sprouting in your face, especially around springtime, when it starts budding, don't freeze up. Nah. Because you worked for that. That's the reaping the benefits of the seeds that you planted in the previous time period. The previous sign period. Bars are nice. We know that already. You get what I'm saying? Now look. When I say, everything can't go like everyone can't go, this is why you'll have the South Node in Virgo. Because the South Node in Virgo is going to have you sit on the dragon's tail, which is the South Node, and look at it like, what have we done? How does this make sense? You're going to assess. Get ready to be critical. Get ready to be harsh. Get ready to be your own. I'm not even going to say your worst critic. I'm not saying that. No. Be ready to be your own critic. Point blank, period. And assess what should go, what gets the green light and what doesn't. And what you'll find out is that you could probably pull off everything you threw at the wall during the Aries North Node transit. Because it's Pisces energy. Pisces energy suggests that you can do it all. You can live your entire natal chart. Should you live the life, have enough life force to do it, chi, you call it what you want. This newfound structure I'm talking about, remember I spoke about the new Capricornian moon, and this is a new way of doing Capricorn, so it's a new way of doing business. The routine, rigidness is, and Capricorn's ruler is in Pisces. This is where you should learn this. All mutable signs, by the way, are the highest learners of the zodiac wheel. So again, don't be afraid that the teacher is Saturn. You're the student and you're teaching the teacher too. And the teacher is also saying, look, I'm teaching. You know how they say, yo, you go to class, they try to teach fishes how to climb trees, right? Everybody get crammed into one class when they're trying to teach us all the same thing. When that one's a tap dancer, that one's a model, this one's a fucking rocket scientist, right? You don't put them all, you don't jumble them all up in one. So Saturn is saying, look, I'm here to teach the Piscean energy. So you give me your feedback. You tell me what it is. So Piscean energy in the North Node is going to show you, look, I'm going by the feels. I'm going by how I feel about this. What my intuition is telling me. That this is getting the green light. It needs this much resources. The other thing still gets me excited. However, this is getting prioritized over that because of how I feel right now in this very moment. And that can come across, however it comes across to other individuals. You just got to be able to maturely compose yourself and express your emotions in a way that says, for those who disagree with your style because they're still used to the rigidness of traditional Capricornian structure, you got to let them know, like, hey, I'm pretty sure I know how you're used to doing things, right? You might have a collaborator who's used to the 9-to-5 thing. You're like, yo, I know how you're used to doing things. You only got a 2-hour window after work. And look, I'm still trying to work with you. I know you got the kids on the weekend, but listen, if I could just get an hour out of you from here and there and there and there, still give me that hour. Just don't get so anxious that you think it's not ever going to happen, because it is going to happen. That Piscean energy is supposed to tell y'all, listen, I don't care what time it is. I don't care what year it is. This thing is getting done. And not for nothing, the more y'all delay me or whatever the case may be, or delay it, the bigger the picture becomes. This is visionary energy. So go ahead and tease me with a good time of saying pump your brakes. Oh, word? Calm your tits. Word? Hold my... Watch this. And you're going to see how the vision gets bigger. So this goes back to tell you about the transit that takes place. See, when you're in the sign, doing the work in the sign of the zodiac, and you got your teacher, the transit, the planet transiting, right? You don't see the big picture because you're in it. So sometimes, and I've seen this with astrology students, they'll say, okay, this is the time of Aries North Node. That means all my entrepreneurial pursuits that I start off gotta take off. They gotta go viral, and they gotta turn into this mega business because it's entrepreneurial energy and CEO energy and this, that, and the third. And it's supposed to happen right now because the transit is in Aries. But if you but that would be missing the formula that I'm explaining to you. The formula doesn't go that way. The formula actually happens. If you want to reap the benefits of it, you got to look at it as planting your seeds. You can't see the total big picture, the total vision, because you're in it. So it's like if you're looking at a mural on a wall, right? If you're walking through the neighborhood, they got a mural on a wall of someone that's famous or whatever the case may be. You don't walk straight up to it like that to see the picture, right? But that's how planting seeds currently in the transit is like. You don't see it fully. You got an idea of it subconsciously. You have a vision of it subconsciously, but you can only see but so much because you're right in front of it. But once the transit moves, you get to step back, and now you see the entire mural. All left to right, panoramic type shit. And then you say, oh, what a beautiful picture, because everything is sprouting. It's like everything is on autopilot. Things get simpler. You got to also give yourself the grace and the time to address those things when they sprout. I'm getting strong spring season vibes. So this would be a real strong indicator to confirm what it is that I'm talking about right now, when Pisces season actually comes around. And even after it. Definitely Taurus season comes around. Like, you're going to see these things appear, and you're going to have your opportunities to address them, but in a way that is going to It's going to be less work. If you make more work for yourself, that's because you still got residue on you from traditional ways. There's partial fear because you don't normally know any other way to do it. Some of y'all think that y'all are being lazy because you're not doing enough, and I'm telling you, is no, don't think that way. Water erodes rock, yo. North Node in Pisces is water time. You understand what I'm talking about? And again, South Node Virgo, sit on the dragon's tail. You get to assess, you get to critique, you get to move things around and adjust things to make them more simpler. Virgo energy is very efficient, sufficient. Virgo energy wants to make things perfect. So the best way that they can possibly happen is what Virgo energy is going to do. This is a great time for Virgo energy because they get to shine. Normally, or should I say traditionally, Virgo energy gets overshadowed by egotistical Western society filler that says we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, we need to do that. You know how many Virgos be on work sites and they done came up with the blueprint on how to make the company run smoother and better, and whoever is in charge shoots it down. It's like that manager that's just like, why are you like that? What? Don't look around. Don't you see nobody really likes you because you're like that? You make this place a harder place to be at. Pause. But I'm just keeping it a bean. That's Virgo energy does not like that. But a lot of the times it gets overshadowed because it's in a service area, right? So when you're serving whatever entity, whatever person you are involved with, people look at that who is in charge, and they're in charge for particular reasons. We're not going into detail right now because I don't want to sour this. The Virgo energy that can actually perfect, gets overshadowed. And it's really the genius energy in the room because everybody wants to work simpler. Or maybe it's just me. Anyhow, you will have the opportunity to understand and experience exactly what I'm talking about right now during the next 18 months. Health will be at the forefront. Just want to put that out there. But it's a spiritual and physical thing. You are what you eat. I'm going to limit it to that. I said I wasn't going to hold y'all long, but we're nearing 45 minutes now. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you got something from it. Even if you had to fast forward, rewind, go back, whatever the case may be, so be it. Glad that you could just be here with me and experience this discussion. All right? Until next time, I'm out.